All right, well, welcome everybody to our webinar on JungleScout. We're going to try and make these a little more on a regular basis. So it looks like we're going to be doing it every Thursday at 8 p.m. So I'm not sure what the next ones we're going to do, but we're going to cover all the tools, everything you need or want to be successful, as much as you can afford. And, tonight we're going to talk about JungleScout, which is, a great add-on for, it's only for Chrome, but it helps you a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Mark knows a lot more about it than I do. So he's going to walk you through all the features of it. I know it's helped me make a few really good buying decisions. So it makes it well worth the price.
Yeah. So I think that the real value of JungleScout. Oh, hey, Shawn, are you recording?
Yes.
Okay. So the real value of JungleScout is that it saves you so much time on product research, right? Like, I mean, I think that when everybody gets started, they spend a lot of time doing spreadsheets and coming up with custom things and trying to track things manually and all this other stuff. And that's not to say that JungleScout gets rid of all that, but man, it sure makes it a lot easier, right? So, and you can look at tons and tons of different products very quickly. Where I've seen a lot of value with JungleScout is in figuring out who I want to approach to possibly open up wholesale accounts, because you're kind of doing a reverse sourcing. You're looking at the products on Amazon first, deciding what their sales velocity is, what their pricing is, if it's going to be a good buy for you, and then you go into you try and discover who the manufacturer is or who the distributor is, right? And then you set up an account with them and try to get your hands on the product that way. So anyway, I'm going to share my desktop with you and show you some of the features. By the way, there's not that many people in the webinar right now. Could you guys go ahead and chat? Let me know, like, on a scale from 1 to 10, what do you think your proficiency is at JungleScout right now? 0 would be you know nothing about it, and 10, you're an expert. Anybody got their chat window open?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Okay. Okay. Brenda is the first one to answer. So Brenda, have you not heard about it at all?
I think most people are, going to watch these webinars, live and in the future, of course, for, to see a review of if they want to buy the product or not, because most of these, there's not a lot out. They might have a small promotional video, but there's not a whole lot on how it actually works and how it's going to apply to their Amazon business. This one obviously is for Amazon sellers, but some of them, aren't for Amazon sellers specifically, but we can give our take on how we can use it for our Amazon business.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. All right. So let me kind of manipulate my screen here a little bit. Okay, can everybody see my Chrome browser here, Amazon?
Yeah, I see it. You've been buying a lot of Visine, huh?
Yeah, that's right. All right, so I'm going to give you guys an opportunity in chat. If you've got a product that you want to take a look at in JungleScout and kind of see how it works, let me know in chat. But for now, what I think we'll do is, let's see.
Hey, Mark, I just posted a little bolo that Amazon's selling, in the group. So let me post the link to you, and let's take a look at that. It's a really fast seller, so it could show maybe some of the sales velocity. on high sellers that you might not be able to get with Keepa or other of the websites like that.
Got it here. Okay, so this guy right here, yeah, or gal, discussed. Okay, so one of the something also to note here is that we're not putting up an affiliate link to JungleScout. They do offer an affiliate program, but this is their main page. One of the coolest things about JungleScout is it's not a monthly subscription. It's a one-time charge, and neither Shawn nor I get any benefit whether or not you use it or not, you know. So that's why we could share the price with you right up front, because we don't really care if you buy it or not, although we think you should. I started off with this one right here, the regular JungleScout, because that was the only thing that they were offering at the time. And then I guess just in the last week or so, they released the JungleScout Pro, which is still a one-time fee of $147. And I got to tell you, the price is fantastic. In fact, because I had bought this one here, I only had to pay $60 to upgrade to this one here, which I think is the difference, although I'm not perfect at math. But the additional features are really badass. So anyway, that's what I have installed is JungleScout Pro up here. So what you'll do is when you log into your JungleScout, like let's say you purchase it, they'll give you a login to their web page. You can see up here at the top, there's login here, and you just click that, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. It's very basic. There's two tutorial videos. One is a tutorial of how JungleScout works, and the other is an installation video which walks you through all the stuff you need to do. Now this is the JungleScout Pro because that's what my account is. And then you just click this to download. To install, it's really easy. You just click this to download it, and it'll automatically install into your Chrome browser, and you'll end up seeing a JungleScout icon right up here. Okay, so let me get over here. Okay, so when you click on this, what it does is it grabs all of the Amazon listings that it can find on the page, which is really cool. So it's not just grabbing this one listing, it's grabbing all of these down here. And the thing I love about that is these are all related products to what you're looking at, and you might actually find something that's more profitable or has a better sales velocity. One of the other things that you can do here as well, and I'm still learning how to use the new version of this one, but over here, like let's say you're doing a general search on Amazon for, I don't know, Shawn, what's a good food product to search on? Like, how about Pop-Tarts? Okay, so now we've got a generic search for all things Pop-Tarty-ish, okay? And if you click on your JungleScout Pro here, it's gonna start yanking everything from this page. So, I mean, check that out, right? That's really cool. And it gives you rank. Now, some of these fields over here, you're not going to have access to if you purchase the standard version of JungleScout. One of the benefits to getting JungleScout Pro is you get all these additional items that you can add into the table here. Okay, and I think you can only have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you can only have 10 columns. So let's say you don't care about this one, but you want to know what the tier of the size of the item is, right? You have to untick this one and then tick this one if you've got 10 selected. Okay. All right. So so what you can see right here, the way I've got mine configured is I want rank, estimated number of sales. And so what JungleScout does here is they've done a lot of research, and they are compiling, actually have a data scientist that compiles tons and tons of data points on sales volume based on rank, okay, in specific categories. And that's where their data scientist comes in, is he's doing research in specific categories based on specific ranks, and then they extrapolate what they believe the estimated sales will be. And so far, what I've observed personally, this stuff is pretty accurate. The thing to keep in mind, though, is that it's a snapshot in time. So we all know that sales rank changes. So I mean, this sales rank here could be 37.91 at 7:12 Central Time, and then it could be 300 an hour from now. Okay, and then an hour later it could be 50,000, right? So this number here is based on the moment that you take the snapshot of the particular product. All right, so what I always like to look at here is, I don't really sort on price, I sort on rank, because rank is going to, and if you can sort on any one of these column headers here, okay? So you can sort on rank, or this is a new column that just got added to JungleScout Pro. This is the net payout after they take the price that the item is selling for here, and then they subtract the Amazon the FBA fee, and then they give you the net price here. Okay. The thing about this price here, though, is it's limited, and all the data that JungleScout collects is limited to what Amazon provides, right? So just like every other item, they're limited based on, so you're going to see some of the other plugins that I have installed. They're limited based on what the price is that Amazon is reporting. So like, you know how sometimes you end up with I don't know a real good way to describe this, but like the merchant or the price for merchant fulfilled might be $3.50, but then maybe the FBA price is $10, and whoever gets the buy box is what I believe JungleScout is using to report their data here, okay, for the price. So the buy box seller, so obviously Amazon has this one, this one's merchant fulfilled, okay, which is kind of cool. And they're saying here that after fees, so you can start to see how this could speed up your research, right? So on this particular product here, after fees, the net is $6.07. So if you want to double your money, you have to be able to buy this item for $3.03. Does everybody follow? Did I, that's right, Shawn? I want to make sure I didn't misspeak.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, so anyway, you could see how this would save just tons and tons of time, right? So you might not be so interested in this one because well, there's no way I can get a 36 pack of these Pop-Tarts for $3, right? So I'm not even going to look at that. But I might be able to get this. Oh, and so this is a bundle, right? I might be able to get this assortment if I think these Pop-Tarts are selling for like $1.50 for that size.
Yeah, they're $1.50 to $2 depending where you buy them.
Yeah. So to have this bundle here, you'd be in the product anywhere from $6 to $8, right? And after fees, you're at $15.10. So this might be a decent one to look at if you want to bundle Pop-Tarts together. The rank is 10,954, and JungleScout is saying that they estimate the number of sales to be 120 sales per month. So these numbers are based on the last 30 days. And so the estimated revenue here, and this is gross revenue. So what they're doing is they're taking 120 times the $22.95, and so they're getting this $27.54 here. It's $7.85 per sale, so that comes out of this, and then the difference is $15.10 over here. Okay, and then you can also see this is another column that was just recently added, which is the number of sellers. So you can see like this one has 9 sellers, but this one only has 6, and the profit's about the same. The velocity is better. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So yeah, so these are the larger ones, which I think are like $4, right, Shawn?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one you'd be in
$3.99.
Okay, so yeah, if you get them high, you're into this one. 3 times, let's say 3, so that's $9. And so after fees, you're at $14.55 minus the 9. So you're not going to be doubling your money on this one, right? But maybe the velocity is justification enough if you're short on funds, or if you want to, if you want to do that, right? Because the velocity is better. Okay, so anyway, so that kind of gives you an idea. Now, here's when I came to this listing as an example, you can click this button or this link down here to extract the next page. So you click on that, and you can see it's thinking, and it's adding more results up here, but it didn't load the next page, which is great because it saves some time. You're not actually going to the next page. Okay, so now we've got the next set of results, because I think there's 24, something like that, per page here. So page 2 gives us 48, and then I'm going to extract the third page just for grins. So it'll be another 24 plus 48, so 72, I think. And then what you can do is you come back over here and you just click to sort, and there's all these other ones that that appear that weren't on this first page. So I mean, you imagine, like, I've actually used JungleScout to pull 20 pages worth of data, and then you can export it out into a CSV and manipulate it in Excel however you want, based on rank or revenue or fees or your net profit or whatever it is that you want, right? Or even category. The other kind of cool thing here too is, whenever you see an NA, that means that Amazon is not providing the data for that column. Okay, or they don't have enough information right now on Prime Pantry to give us an estimated sales volume, and if they can't give us an estimated sales volume, they can't give us estimated revenue. Okay, so I think that's probably what's going on there. But we come down here into grocery, they know that if something's ranking in the 370 range, that's probably going to generate a little bit over 1,000 sales. This particular product, so this is not even a Pop-Tart, right? This is a completely different brand, but it's got pretty decent velocity, right? Although I'm not sure that you'd be able to buy them for 20 cents. So you probably want to move down the list. Okay, and this just comes to when you start to develop, when you're evaluating and you're coming up with the rules of things that you want to purchase. Okay, so we'll also come back and look at this one that Shawn had suggested here. And so you see that the one that we looked at, the inside out discussed figure, has got really good velocity here. It's actually of all the ones that it came across here on the page, on this particular page, this has got the highest velocity. JungleScout's reporting an estimated revenue. So again, this is a gross number. This is not your net number, of 18,000 per month. The other thing that you should remember too is that when you're, here, let me open this up in a different tab that's not showing the JungleScout screen. You need to look here at the number of sellers, right? So there's 16 sellers. Now, some of the sellers on this item are going to be relevant and others are not. Okay, so you come in here and you take a look. Obviously, Amazon's relevant, especially at this price. And in fact, they're going to be the only ones that are relevant at this price. Now, it looks like they were in stock for a little bit over half a month, like 2.5 weeks. Then they went out of stock and everybody started selling at these higher prices. And now they're back in stock again. So I don't know what you do, Shawn, in this situation, but what I like to do is come over here.
Limited 2 on these. All right. I mean, yeah, that don't work on this. If it's a limited 2, then that's what I told everybody, and they've been going in and out of stock historically. So you buy your 2, you can buy 2 a week, and that's all you can do. And when they sell out, you know, you get 30 to 40 bucks for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, all right. So, that's kind of it. Oh, this is a new feature as well. So, they just added this to the Pro too, where you can filter by, like, if you want to make sure you're not looking at anything that Amazon owns the buy box at, you filter that, and so nothing on this page. Amazon owns everything that was on this page. So let's do something a little different here, right? Let's go over here. Now let me close this, and we'll do a search for inside out figure. What do you think? We get this this page here, which has, you know, a bunch. It has the ones that we were looking at, right? There's Discuss. That's the one we were looking at, but also has some of these other products as well. Okay, some kits and sets and different things, and it's also going to come across things that are not relevant. Also, I mean, we all know how Amazon search works. Here's the great thing. So you click on your JungleScout, and this is, hopefully you guys can start to see. Hopefully your imagination is starting to run here, where you can see, well, you know, maybe it doesn't make sense to buy that Discuss figurine, but it does make sense to buy something else. And how easy is it to use JungleScout to find that something else? Because I don't know about you, Shawn, but I don't really care what I'm selling as long as I can make a profit. Right. You know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to extract. There were 16 results on this particular page. So I'm going to grab the next page. I'm going to grab the next page.
You know, a really good feature of this is, you know, you go and find a hot selling product that's not worth selling, and use that to find, you know, similar products that are worth selling.
Yeah, right, exactly. And that's kind of what, you know, so you can go at it two different ways, right? You can go from the page. Let me get this out of my shopping cart here. So you can look at it directly from this page, you know, and it's, you know how it's got all of these listings down here, right? Well, you just use your JungleScout. This is what we saw earlier, and it's going to yank all these guys and give you ideas about, you know, what could potentially be better, right? But that's why I like coming and doing the general search here. So okay, so we've got. Going to think here. We'll get a few products. Maybe I'll find a couple of live things here. It's kind of like fishing, guys. You know, I grew up. My dad used to take me fishing all the time. So you know, this is I'm casting my line out into the lake, right? Extract next page. Extract next page. Okay, and then I'm going to sort on rank. And I'm going to filter. We're going to get rid of any listing that Amazon is on, okay? Okay. And maybe get rid of every listing that FBA is on and just look at the merchant fulfilled ones. And then let's see what's left. So there's our Funko. This is only being merchant fulfilled because they're out of stock on this guy. That's Funko. Not sure what that is. Got 120 sales. I saw a ton of these at Target the other day.
Yeah, they're mostly on clearance. They have a lot of them at the Disney store as well.
The Tsum Tsums?
Yeah, yeah, whatever you call them. Tsum. They've got them at, you know, they're everywhere at Disney World now. In every store, they've got even big ones up to, I don't know, maybe 16, 18-inch ones, down to those which are like 2 inches. And every Disney store has them. And, you know, I've seen them on clearance at Target. You know, I haven't really seen them for full price. I don't know how they're working out.
You know, like this is a collection here, so this might be kind of a pain in the butt to put together. But you know, if you can find these guys, There's 6 of them, and I think they're like $1 or $2 at Target. And so, you know, if they're, I mean, you could do okay on this, but the velocity is not great. You know, especially if there's 14 sellers. You know, so what I do here, if I'm seeing pretty decent profit over here, and I'm looking for this to be at least 100. But if there's a lot more profit, then I might be willing to go a little bit slower velocity. So what I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll look at, this is getting a little bit away from JungleScout. I'll look and see how many relevant sellers there are, right? Now remember, we did a search to get rid of all the FBA sellers. So these are all merchant fulfilled, right? So you could come in here, the least expensive merchant fulfill is $70, right? $64.95 plus $4.99. So you could actually start your pricing at 2% above this price here, including the shipping, and still get, you know, in my experience, still get the buy box really reliably if you're doing FBA. Again, you'd want to decide if that's a product that you want to do, right? But you can kind of see how quick you can start to figure this stuff out. So come back over here to filter. We put FBA back in. That's going to add the FBA products back, and then you can actually go, okay, sellers 1 through, you know, you don't want any more than 8 sellers on the item, right? And let's take merch out, and for estimated sales, we want to have at least 100 sales. Okay, so close that. And now what's kind of cool is that when you export the CSV to your spreadsheet, it's only going to export these items here. Okay. Now what you can do is you can like click on these items, right? And you can contact. You can do the research to figure out who the wholesaler is, or who the distributor is, or who the manufacturer or the supplier, and you can place the order directly with the supplier. You need to be careful if you're ordering licensed stuff from China, though. I wouldn't be on top of this one for sure. But this is probably legit. Maybe. Also, I don't know about you, Shawn, but I don't care at all about this. I don't care what the rating is, because if the velocity and the profit are there, usually the rating doesn't matter. At least that's been my experience. So this looks like this might be sold in the Disney store. What do you think? Shawn, did I lose you? Did your audio go off?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that looks like one of the sets from the Disney store. You know, hard to tell. There's so much of it out there now.
Well, so what I might do is kind of grab this over here. Been a lot of questions in the group about, you know, store.
There's a ton of inside out stuff right now.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be lucky to find a specific item, but
I know some of those little PVC sets are sold out. Some of them were selling for $70 or $80 on Amazon. So if you're in a Disney store, you definitely should be looking out for those.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, anyway, chat wanted to know about the estimated sales. Are those by the month, which they are, right? The estimated sales column.
Yeah, it's based on the last 30 days worth of data. So what JungleScout is saying is they believe that in the last 30 days, anything ranked in office products at rank 2396 would have sold 330 items.
Right. And at that exact current price, which everyone knows prices don't stay the same, but at that price, at that velocity, that's the estimated revenue. So,
That's right.
They're not saying, a week ago it was at this price and figuring out what it was a month ago. It's at the current price. If you sold every one, that would be what your sales volume for that item is.
Right. Right. That's my understanding of it. Is it's a 30-day average at that rank. I'm not sure what Scott means. You can have more than one buy account to buy more numbers if you so desire.
Yeah, you can have multiple buy accounts, but if you get caught, they're not gonna like that because they're trying to limit how many you can buy. That's why there's a limit on it. So you're not going to get in trouble for a couple of them, but if you have 10 to buy things that they have a limit of 1 or 2 on, they'll probably catch up to you eventually.
I mean, is there really any reason to, what I do for my Amazon flips is I use my seller account because it's not Prime. So I use my seller account to buy stuff that I'm going to send back in to sell. I haven't had any trouble. And then I have my personal Amazon account, which is Prime, and I order like my supplies, like my tape and bubble wrap if I use it, or all my prep materials through my Prime account because that's all business stuff. But then if I'm going to do a flip, I just use my non-Prime account. I only have one non-Prime account and one Prime account.
Yeah, that's what we do as well.
Seller account. Sorry, go ahead.
I said that's what we do as well.
So, okay. Carol, could you expound on that a little bit more? Is the estimated sales revenue tied to FBA toolkit numbers? I think FBA toolkit's a completely different thing, right? This is all JungleScout's data here, and I'm not a programmer. I don't work for JungleScout. I'm just a user and a fan. So I don't know what numbers would be tied to anything else. What I understand though, or what I think, is that they're collecting data in their own independent data based on what Amazon provides.
Yeah, I think they're just pulling the data as they go. FBA toolkit, as Carol said, is not very accurate. I think JungleScout is a little bit more accurate. Just like any of the other websites like Keepa and Camel, they're pulling the data as they go. And then, that's how you can figure how many sales you're getting and all the other information. So, once somebody searches for something, the software just keeps searching for it. So everything that, it encounters, it's going to keep checking that every day to see the differences in rank, see the number of sellers, and, that's how it's going to compile its data. From what I've seen, it's pretty right on. Before this, there wasn't really a whole lot of options. When you had something ranked 50,000, you could go and look. Maybe in toys, you can see that it's selling 3 or 4 a week. But if you had an item ranked 1,000, you couldn't look and see how many items it was selling a day. But with this, you have a lot more accurate count. There was never an option for the lower ranked items, which is what, if you're buying a pallet or cases, like I often do, you don't know if you need to buy, 500 or 5,000 of an item. I've used it a few times in the last few days because I had some pretty big deals I could have bought, that are expiring in December. So if you have an item expiring in December and you can get several thousand of them, you need to know if you're selling, a couple hundred in a month or, 1,000 or two. And it can really change, the way you can do business, especially when you're getting, extremely good deals on short-dated products.
So you guys kind of see how I've been navigating to like the best sellers and that kind of thing. And this is also the guys at JungleScout are constantly working and updating the software. I mean, I don't know, because it's a one-time purchase, I don't know what the legs are going to be on that, but I'll tell you this much, when I first bought it, you couldn't get any of their data from a bestseller page, and now you can. So now kind of let your imagination start running with that.
Yeah, I really, I really like the options that are in here. There's a lot of other websites that are doing, some of the things, but JungleScout can tie it all together. Especially when you're looking at, the number 1 or number 10 ranked item, you can see the other items and you can find the things that are out of stock, and you can predict the things that are going to go out of stock. Especially with that average seller amount, you can look at and see how, if Amazon has 400 of them in stock, you can figure out when they are probably going to go out of stock, and you can buy accordingly. You can buy 100 of them, or buy 500 of an item because Amazon sold out. And from historical data, you can find out how long it is between times they go out of stock. And if Amazon has 500 of something, and it takes 2 months to sell 500 of them, they're not expecting to run out. So you can buy those items and sell out, and sell Amazon out, and they're going to have to make a new order. Amazon's not like us. They can't just order something and get it in a couple days. They're planning ahead, months and ahead. And if you mess up their ordering process, they know how many they expect to sell every day. And if you take them all and send them right back to Amazon, then they're not going to be expecting to order it. As soon as it ships, they're going to try and order it, but it takes time in the larger sales channels to get products.
One of the other things that they've added to, and I don't know if this is working with the regular version of JungleScout, but it's part of JungleScout Pro now. So you can see that this page here, it has a child listing. It's got a pack of 3 and a pack of 6. Okay. And in listings where JungleScout can pull the data because of what Amazon's providing, you'll see this is huge right here. I mean, how many people have, complained about not being able to get data on parent-child listings, right? But here it is. This is the 3-box set, and this is the 6-box set, okay, with the difference in rank, the difference in estimated velocity, right? And that's freaking huge. Okay, now here's the other kind of neat thing. Like, let's say you find something that's completely not related. Like, okay, we're not looking at Clear Eyes. Over here, you hover over the number. You see this little X appear. You can click that, and that'll pull it out of the data. And that can help you up here with, these are the averages. Average sales rank, average price, average number of sales with everything that's listed on the page. Let's get rid of this Clear Eyes here, and you see these numbers adjust up here. Okay, so now we're just looking at Visine here, okay? And, you sort by here or you sort by here. You can sort by this, and you go, okay, hey, I want to keep my eyes open for this, right? Or I want to keep my eyes open for this. Make sense? It's just a lot of fun. It's worth the money, in my opinion. It's in fact, I can't believe they're charging as little as they are charging for it. With the amount of time it saves you in product research. I mean, you should be able to take this application or this, I don't know, what do you call this thing, this plugin or extension, and, quadruple, your effectiveness in researching all kinds of stuff. I guess one last thing that I would give you guys a heads up on is electronics. Amazon doesn't like to provide, rank and that kind of information typically in electronics. So you'll see when we, looks like on this page they're providing lots of rank. Okay, anyway, if the data's not there, it'll just say NA, okay? So in this particular listing, we open this up. The price is hidden on this 55-inch, right? So they couldn't pull the price, and so then they couldn't pull estimated revenue. Okay? So just, if it says NA or HERM over here, it just means that it's not able to pull. It's not the extension that's broken. It means Amazon's not providing the data. Okay, does anybody have any other questions?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Has this been helpful? Due to some chats, if it has. If you want any other information, if you want to see anything, now's the time to ask. Shawn, did you have anything else you wanted to cover tonight, or?
No, I think you about covered it.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll get this posted as soon as we can, and we'll see everybody Monday night.
All right. Good night, everybody.